Hey everyone, we're going to get into this video touching on Taurus placements: Mercury, Uranus, Mars, Venus, Saturn, Pluto, etc. So welcome in. I'm Serene Spirit if you're new, and let's get into the video. Let's go! Only elevate, never let them break, never let them break, yeah. Never let them take, yeah. Never let them break, never let them break, yeah. All right, so for our Taurus, we have first up Mercury. So Mercury and Taurus natives, they have to be fully prepared in order to tackle on a project. They like to get themselves all the way mentally prepared, and maybe even physically, emotionally, the whole nine, before they'll decide to go ahead and get into a new idea or start a new project, things of that sort. These individuals are very sure of their opinions, so they're not one to really take on others' opinions. They think that they're wise enough and they have enough wisdom to follow their own thoughts and their own intellect. So they're not fond of others' opinions. They rarely change their mind once their mind is made. Once they get prepared for something, they rarely change. So they really just have to settle into that, and it's set. This is a fixed sign overall as a Taurus, so that's why they just pretty much just don't change. They may even sometimes say the same things in different ways. They have a great memory and they're very observant. They may be a little bit shy when it comes to strangers, but of course they open up more. Instead of being around a lot of people, they rather focus their energy, at home reading books instead of being out and about, being social. They rather just stay home, read a book, read a magazine, read something. That's what they rather do. Next, we have our Venus in Taurus. Now, Venus is the ruling planet. Venus does deal with love, so that rules a Taurus. And it explains why they love beauty and why they love love and romanticism. Now, these individuals, they do love love and romanticism, but they're not ones to give away their love quickly, because once they get settled in, they're in it. But they're not ones to really give that out really quickly, although they love being romantic and they love being affectionate. They just take a little bit more time. And like I said, and for that reason being, they're the type of individuals that would become very emotionally scarred because they put their all into it. They're the lovers. They're ruled by this planet, so they put their all into it. And when they get emotionally scarred, it's like, whoa, they're that type that they have their first heartbreak and they're like, they got to try easily, versus another that may get their first heartbreak and they are on to the next. These individuals, they're not going to give themselves fully without making sure everything is checked off. They're not the type of individuals that can have love without sex. They will use their feelings instead of logic when it comes to love. They can be very smothering when it comes to love and very generous, sometimes too generous. They're very cautious when it comes to forming new relationships, whether it be a romantic relationship or just, friends, platonic relationships. They're very cautious of that because they know they're going to give their all. And this is also a money luck placement. So these individuals could have a lot of luck when it comes to money, maybe a marriage, inheritance, since this is Venus dealing with love. Next, we have our Mars, which deals with your assertiveness in the sex drive. So for Mars and Taurus, these individuals are the bull, so they have a very slow and steady approach to their assertiveness, but they're very determined. They may be very stubborn and unwilling to see other people's perspectives and opinions, so they may be very unwilling to see other people's point of views. They are great visionaries and creating and making sure they bring to fruition whatever vision that they have. They're very great into making that into reality. They have an earthy passion that's very strong, and they will spend a lot of their energy on pursuing
anything sexual. They may also try to possess, when it comes to love affairs, they may try to possess the other individual. Next, we have Jupiter, which touches your luck, blessings, and finance. Taurus is already the money sign, so this is a really great placement. They may find luck in careers dealing with, or any career dealing with money, banking, finance, stocks, or bonds. Their luck could come from the opposite sex, which could be in a marriage, or it could be from just a friend. Luck comes from the opposite sex as well in this placement, which also could tie into like marriage as well in this placement. This placement also has a thing for collecting paintings, jewelry, sculptures, a lot of these things which could be antique and bring a lot of value years and years from now. Next is our Saturn and Taurus, which touches your discipline and commitment, life lessons. And so a Saturn and Taurus, they're very determined. Finances may not come easy with this placement, but it does come slow and steady. Sometimes their finances can also just wither off. So they try very hard to keep themselves, on a good path with their finances. They may invest a lot in bonds and stocks. They may try to save a lot of money. They may also be very materialistic and selfish. But once they attain their stability, they will be very generous. Next, we have Uranus and Taurus. And these individuals are said to have a lot of prosperous marriages if they do get married. It's a very strong placement when it comes to determination and willpower. This placement allows these individuals to be very patient and determined so that they could produce the best results in anything that they're setting forth to do. These individuals are also blessed with financial luck. They love to collect objects, so they are a big collectors in this placement. They may love a lot of bright colors and vivid patterns in their attire and the way that they dress themselves. Now, for the Neptune and Taurus, you should not have a Neptune and Taurus if you're watching this unless you're a ghost. These individuals were born between 1874 and 1889. But there are some interesting things that happened during this time. These individuals are also said to bring a deeper awareness of the values of life. Some may have been attracted to spirituality, and some of them may have even been psychic, and some of them may have even profited off of that. This is a time where Karl Marx expanded on his ideas of how we could distribute wealth and expand more with the American industry. So again, that helped bring a deeper awareness into the values of life for that time. Lastly, we have our Pluto and Taurus. So again, nobody would probably have this placement watching this. These individuals were born between 1851 and 1884. These individuals at their time, they seek stability at this time, and they obsessed over a lot of materialistics. They had a great determination, as a Taurus would, and a great endurance. Some interesting things that happened around this time: the Civil War, which that touches on destruction. Pretty much Pluto deals with your transformation. So Civil War was a big time of transforming the American culture. Pluto in this placement also talks about Karl Marx again, as I mentioned, since Pluto does deal with transformation, destruction to create new and better, or to grow. Karl Marx also talked about in his theories of getting rid of the class system and making things more equal so that we could have a more equal distribution of wealth throughout everyone and throughout all individuals. And since this was a time where a lot of people were materialistic, capitalism rose at this time. So this was a big time where America developed more so into its capitalistic nature. The Civil War also took place at this time. But that is all for the placements for Taurus. Hope you enjoyed. Comment if you have any questions. Let me know what you think. And I'll continue to keep uploading videos until this birth chart series 101 is complete. So subscribe if you would like to keep on the ball or keep on the roll with that. And hit the little bell to keep up and get the notifications on when I upload my next videos. But that's it for this. So stay tuned for the next. I hope everyone has a blessed day. Stay safe.